It all comes back to basic nutrition. When we were looking at the food pyramid from the typical American diet, it shows that almost half of our diet is coming from animal products, whether it's the actual meat or the eggs, butter, cheese, whatever. Most of these animals, if you are buying your animal products in a grocery store, the animals that end up on a grocery store shelf have been given immunizations, steroids, antibiotics, a lot of pesticides. They are full of chemicals. When we take in those animal products, we are ingesting all of those chemicals, and it's playing havoc with our chemistry. This is causing a lot of hormonal imbalances, a lot of anxiety, depression, because our chemistry is off. So if we will cut back on the amount of animal products we're ingesting, increase the amount of live fruits and vegetables, and then use natural supplements to help balance our hormones, we'll get rid of a lot of this depression and anxiety that we're having to deal with because our chemistry is out of balance. In dealing with a lot of these chemical imbalances due to our diets and environmental exposure, we go through different stages, and a lot of times we will have different symptomologies that are being caused by the same thing. For instance, if we have a teenager who has been on the typical American diet and their hormones are out of balance, you will typically see a lot of mood swings, depression, anxiety, acne, a lot of hard menstrual cycles, a lot of things that go along with these teen years. And there's several things, along with changing the diet, getting more fresh food, less animal products, making sure they're getting plenty of exercise and fresh air, enough water to drink. Then in supplementing them to help bring the hormones back into balance, there's several things we can do. We can make up every morning, if we take some raspberry leaf, we can make a quart, depending on how many teenagers you have, a quart or more of raspberry leaf tea. Have it in the fridge so that throughout the day they can drink iced tea. This will help to bring the hormones into balance. Sometimes we add a little bit of blessed thistle to it. Blessed thistle is very bitter, so you don't want to add a lot, but it's a real effective herb for helping to balance the hormones. We have also put together some hormonal formulas for different stages in your life. We have a stage 1, a stage 2, and a stage 3. We develop these with different formulas to help what's going on in your particular stage of life. So, for instance, stage 1 is going to help more with problems that you experience as a teenager. Stage 2 is for women going through their childbearing years, where they might be struggling with infertility, mood swings, irregular cycles, severe PMS. We develop this to help that stage of life. And then stage 3 is for women that have entered the menopausal years, where they're not cycling anymore, but they have hot flashes, they have anxiety, they have vaginal issues and different tissue changes that they're going through. And so this formula has been put together to help them through those hormonal imbalances. I would also strongly suggest that anyone who is using the hormonal formulas, that you take them in conjunction with wheat germ oil. The herbs that are in each of these formulas have the building blocks we need to help create the hormones that our body needs, but the wheat germ oil helps that chemistry to take place so that we can convert the building blocks into the actual hormones that we need to come back into balance. For those that are struggling with anxiety and depression, Diet will make a huge difference by cutting back on those animal products and a lot of the processed foods that we're eating. Get into more live food. Make sure that you have an exercise program. We developed Kids Life Focus to help children that have ADHD and trouble focusing and functioning in school. We labeled this for children, but this formula will also help anyone of any age who is struggling with anxiety or depression or the ability to focus. So this is another formula that could be added in to help with anxiety.